Hey everybody, it's Tarina. Hi everybody, how's it going? I am changing out my scroll in my kitchen. This is like the outer part of my kitchen, and I decided since it's February, it's time to change this out since it's more winter. So I am just we're going to change it to this. I fell in love with this saying. Bless the food before us, the family beside us, and the love between us. It's so pretty. Make sure, guys, if you are here, that you say hello. Sometimes with the program that I use, I don't see who's commenting. So make sure you say hello. I would love to say hi to you. And then let's see. Um, And if you have any questions, just put them in the comments below. Again, I hope you guys are having a good day. Day after Valentine's, it's time to get rid of winter. So I'm going to move this up just a tiny bit. And I do have, this is a brand new transfer. So when you're doing this, you do want to take it off the backer. Sorry, I'm pointing it up, so it's difficult to show you guys. But if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know that you need to fuzz a new transfer. Hi, Leanne, how are you? And so you want to make sure that you fuzz your transfer. And what that does is it just destickifies it a little bit, and you just put it on a fuzz cloth or your shirt or whatever. It just puts a little bit of fuzz on the back so it's not so sticky. So I'm going to do that. And remember, you just want to remove the backer sheet just like this and pull down. You don't want to stretch your transfer. Just pull down like this. And then I'm just going to stick this down. And it doesn't take any time at all. Literally, guys, seconds. But I want to take this off. And what I'm going to do is grab my scissors. I'm actually going to use my transfer trimmers. I'll pull this down just a tiny bit. I'm going to move my jars for a second. Get that out of my way. And then I'm going to pull this down. And just, if you guys want to know, I got this on Amazon. If you want to know where I got this, just put scroll in the comments below, and I'll get you the link where I got this. And okay, you guys, I feel so bad for everybody, and I'm freezing. I legit am freezing, and I live in California, and it's like 60 outside, maybe 50, maybe a little colder. I don't know. I'm not even paying attention because I don't go outside when it's cold. It's dreary. And I know everybody like in the great Northeast and in Texas. I have family in Texas, and they're all freezing right now. So, okay, I'm not throwing this away. I'm actually going to put this so that I could hang it up next year because it's perfectly good. I love it. Or you could put it in a frame. So pretty. There's nothing wrong with it. So I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm just going to put it aside. How cold is it? Scroll. How cold is it where you're at, Leanne? Because I'm telling you, it's gray outside, but for us, that's winter. It's not that bad. Okay, these are weights, and they actually came with the scroll, okay? The whole mechanism came all together, and you can actually buy a refill for this as well. I thought it was like actually more bang for the buck, so that's why I liked it, and it fit the space that I was using. So now, because this is paper, it's just paper, I am going to put a little bit of surface wax. We do have surface wax. I'm not going to put a ton. Okay. So hi Brenda, hi Janet, hi Aaron. How's it going, dude? I am going to put a little bit of our surface paste wax. I'm just using, I actually didn't grab a cloth, so I just grabbed a napkin, a paper towel. And all I'm doing is spreading that around. I hope this doesn't. Normally with my rag, it spreads better. I may have just ruined that. I think I did. All right. Scratch that. This is what happens on live Facebook feeds. I normally have my rag, my wax rag, and I didn't grab it. My bad, because it's in my craft room. So I put too much at the bottom there, and I didn't realize it. So I'm just going to cut this off. The beauty of this is it's just paper. I could toss it, or I could use it and use the back. Not a big deal. Take two. Put that aside. All right, one more time. And still I'm going to put wax on it. I'm just going to be a little more aware of what I'm doing. All right. One more time. And again, these weights are really nice because it pulls the paper down. All right, we're going to try this again. Okay? Hi, Linda. Oh my gosh, you're so cute, Linda. Oh yeah, see, Janet, I was saying I have a friend in Florida, and she's like, "Oh yeah, it's like warm here." I'm like, "Yeah, we're not freezing either." So the two sunshine states aren't terribly cold. So okay, this time I made sure that when I wiped it on, I scraped it off the edge. All I'm wanting to do is put a little bit of residue on my paper. Okay, just a bit. I don't want to make it too thick because then it stains my paper. Okay. All right. That's so much better, you guys. Sometimes it's the second part, the take two that works much better. All right. A little bit more here. So much better. Before there was a big old clump right here of that wax. That would not have worked. You know what? Oh, -2, -18 with the wind chill. Dude, Leanne, that's too cold. That is way too cold. Okay, so I'm going to pull my transfer off. And then I'm going to stick this up here. And just kind of eyeballing it. There we go. Another thing too, you guys, is if this is crooked and I can see that it's kind of crooked, I can always go back and trim that. So I'm just giving myself a little bit of space. And then I'm just gonna go like this, and I'm not measuring. And you know, Linda, I'm gonna comment on what you just said, hon, because I'm just putting this together. It's a little bit of chalk paste. Not a big deal. This is the transfer does it all for me. And that's the beauty part of this, is that I don't have to be talented. It is really easy when you have the transfers. There's something under here. I want to make sure. Oh, that's the wall. Okay. All right. So what I've decided before I start is the colors that I'm going to use. I've got several colors. And so what I'm going to do is as I go, I'm going to pull the transfer down. Okay. So I'm going to do like all these lines. I'm going to do tied. The fork and knife down here, I'm going to do in silver. These are all paste. The little wheat looking things, I'm going to make them look like leaves. And this is pesto. The little bits of wording right here in the cursive is all going to be couture teal. And then all the other words are going to be in black. Okay. And this is just black velvet. And you might think, well, she's doing this in the kitchen. Why is it teal? Because all of my accessories are teal. And the lines with the pop of the tide will really like set off. And so I have little bits of teal, like my KitchenAid's teal, all of my utensils are teal, my hand mixer's teal. I'm a little bit obsessed with teal. So just so you guys have an idea, but I'm going to start here and work my way down. Okay. So the first color, and you always want to make sure, um, even with new paste, that you stir it up. And I actually did stir most of my paste before I opened. Now this is a brand new paste. So when you have, this is the new foam lid. So anytime you have that foam lid, you're going to, yeah, I say that's so easy. Trying to hold it up high. I'm going to actually take the lid off and then stick it into the black lid. Normally I'm doing this on my table, you guys. It's so much easier that way. And stick it right there in that. And then this is our new Creamy Dreamy paste. I still, even though it's Creamy Dreamy, I still want to make sure that I stir it. And if it's thick, you want to add a little bit of distilled water. You want it about the consistency of yogurt. It's so smooth. Awesome. Okay, and I do have sorry. I'm used to being in my craft room now, not in my kitchen. I gotta get a wipe out. All right, so I'm gonna set that there just to wipe my hands off. Um, uh, So Linda, this actually might be easier for you than stenciling, because this is it. There's a screen in here. I was just reading what Linda was saying. Um, I know, right? I love my box of wives, but this is actually, I cannot stencil very well, but this I can actually do. So you might want to try that. I'm just letting you know that I have a bit of a difficulty with stenciling, but with the transfers, it is so much easier um, because of the screen in there. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It just is. It's so much easier, and I love it. So I'm just smoothing on the paste. I'm just going to smooth on that paste, and then I'm going to squeegee off any excess. So I'm basically pushing that paste, not hard, but just a little bit, into the screen, okay? And then dragging it off and putting any excess right back in my container. I'm gonna pull this down just a little bit, just to kind of expose that. That's so pretty. Look at that. That looks good. This is gonna look really awesome. I'm just gonna give that a second, and then I'm gonna put it right back. And then I'm gonna do the teal. I'm gonna do that tide right there. I'm gonna use my multi-tool, which is what I just stirred it with. It's a little thinner, so I'm gonna do that. This moves, so I have to hold it still. There we go. Just smoothing it on. It's almost like you're painting. It is really a smooth process. All right, set that aside. Pull that down. And I always do like go a little bit slower, because just in case I didn't push hard enough into the screen, that way I can go back and fix it before I pull the whole entire thing off. But this is really nice. Now remember, it is paper, and so it's gonna be a little more rustic looking, not like a smoother surface. This does have a little bit of a texture to it on the paper, just so you guys have an idea. All right, I'm gonna put that back up. Smooth out where I'm going to be going next. All right, I'm gonna get my Couture Coral ready. This is another one of our super pretty, oh, see, it's brand new. There's a couple that I stirred beforehand, and I knew a couple of them were brand new. So I'm gonna make sure that I stir that. And even brand new paste, because it settles, you want to stir it up. Make sure that there's no liquid settling anywhere. You always just want to make sure that it's all stirred, nice and stirred. All right, perfect. Anybody have any questions, just let me know, okay? I'm going to set this aside. Grab my squeegee. Got a mini squeegee here. And then scoop up a little bit. And I'm going to just swipe it on. I need both hands for this. This thing moves, and so I want to make sure that I hold it still. And you guys can always take this off the wall too. Might make it easier. Working above your head could get a little bit tedious. So I'm going to make sure that I get it all on there. Swipe off any excess. There we go. Cute. You guys, this is going to be so awesome. All right, set that aside. That's pretty. Look at that. Oh, look it. You got to be careful. That dark paste gets everywhere. So I want to make sure. And look, I've got a little bit up here. Probably should leave it alone, but I'm not going to. And this will dry. There we go. I can always cover that up. But always check your hands, because you guys, this is like what I tell you with the with fabric too. If you have ink on your hands, it'll get on your surface. This will dry because, you know, it's paper. All right. So I'm going to get the black ready, and I did stir that up before I came out. But I'm going to do that teal, this tied line right here. And again, this is just my multi-tool, just swiping it on. And if I miss anybody's comments, I promise I'll go back and get them. All right. I think I'm going to do that black real fast. While I've got it here. And hopefully I'm not blocking anybody's view so you guys can see. Try to cover up all of the screens. And then swipe off any excess so you can put that all right back in the container. There we go. All right. Pull this down. It is a little tedious when you do multiple colors like this, but I think it looks so fantastic. I don't care. I don't care that it takes me a little bit longer, because you guys, look at how pretty that is. That is worth any time that I spend. That is so pretty. Already, just like that, it's so pretty. All right, let's stick this back up. All right, so this is going to be the Couture Coral. Oh, see, you guys, every time I use that tide, I get it on my fingers. So Linda, I have been doing this almost 4 years now. So Club Couture is a relatively brand new company. It started in July of 2017, and I found out about it before Club Couture actually launched. Um, a friend of mine told me about it, and I signed up immediately. I'm what's known as a founding designer, and all that really means is that I started before the company launched. And I was a crafter before. I love crafting and stuff like that. But I had never done this before. And it was a little bit of trial and error because there's no videos, nobody to help you. I learned basically from trying and erasing and then trying again. And I thought that that was a great way because honestly, I went live a lot and showed the right and wrong ways to do things. Um, and I still do that, right? Because I'm not always perfect. Like this is take two, and sometimes you make mistakes, and that's okay. And I just kind of roll with the punches. Um, and so I've been doing this ever since. I've got a team of a lot of like amazing ladies and a couple of guys that are crafters and DIYers, and they use this either for themselves or to sell the product that they make, like the different projects that they make. But again, it's just been super fun. I've been a crafter my whole life. I think my mom and my grandma really got me into crafting and doing fun little crafts from the time I was a little girl. And um, my mom was an artist, and I was actually a photographer for 25 years. I mean, I'm still a photographer, but um, I guess you never stop doing what you know how, right? You guys look how pretty that is. Hi Tara, hi Deb. So the long and short of it is I've been a crafter my whole life. A lot of the things in my home I already, created. And where you said, I tried something years ago, and I'm assuming RS is Relief Society. So I was actually the Relief Society homemaking leader when it was called homemaking. And I we would do scrapbook nights, and actually I still get together with a lot of my church lady friends, and we have craft nights. Um, some of the girls on my team are actually friends from church that they're crafters too. And again, it's kind of nice, right? Um, we like a discount. So as a designer, we get our product at wholesale, and we just make fun projects. So that's me in a nutshell. I've been doing this for almost, like I said, 4 years in April. And the company launched it'll be 4 years on July 1st. So, like I said, I had a little bit of a head start, but not much. All that excess is going to go right back in the jar. So it doesn't take a lot. Just swiping it on and swiping it off. There we go. And this is, you pull it down as you go so that the paste doesn't dry. And you don't want, if the paste dries on your transfer, which is a silk screen, you can kind of see how the silk screen picks up the color. You don't want the paste to dry while it's on your surface, or it'll pull that paste up. You don't want that. So you just give it a few seconds to air dry, and then you put it right back up. And I'm just going to tack that down. And again, I'm going to go in here with that Couture Coral. This literally is the color of my KitchenAid. It's so awesome. And it's just ironic that the colors that, chalk couture colors are coral. It's like a coral. Well, it's this color. It's couture coral. And like this. My craft room was already this color. Well, it was actually Tiffany blue, which is kind of a tealy blue before I even found chalk couture. My husband told me when we moved into this house, I knew that the dining room of the house was going to be my craft room. And I asked him, I said, do you care what color I paint my room? And he goes, nope, I don't care. It's your room. You color whatever color you want. Okay. So I took a Tiffany's box and I took it to Lowe's and they matched the color. And then we went 2 shades lighter so that it's not like overpowering. And it's this really beautiful teal Tiffany blue. So pretty, you guys. It's coming together. Coral. Did I say coral? I meant couture teal. If I said coral, I was wrong. I meant teal because we do have a couture coral, right, Liz? Hi, Liz. How are you? Hi, Becky. Hi, Lori. How are you? I have to go back and look now, Liz, because I probably said coral. Ugh, brains, I tell ya. Can we just say thyroid brain? Blame it on my thyroid brain. I always say that. Words are hard. I love the multi-tool because it is kind of like our paintbrush. Swipe or no swiping, just like that. I need to kind of get a little bit of the teal in there. Geez, did I say coral? I really didn't mean coral. I meant teal. Everything in my life is teal. It's so pretty, you guys. Oh my gosh. I love it. Oh my gosh. So pretty. Okay. Let's get all back up here. Gonna do the black now. All right. Well, I hope wherever you're at that it's not super freezing like it is where Leanne is. Because and even like my kid, well, 3 of my kids live where it snows. One of mine, he's in Kansas and he says that it's just frozen where they're at. They had a freeze there and to get to class, he has to run to class and then he has to bundle up to get to class, and then he basically has to strip to get when he goes inside because it's so hot. They keep the building super hot. And so that little drip, dang it. All right. So he was just saying that he feels like that commercial where the little kids are all bundled up to their, like you can only see this much of their face and then they have to strip down when they get inside. That's looking pretty. So pretty. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you are close to Kansas. Well, see, now he's 3 hours west of Kansas City. So he's in a town called Salina. I don't know if you know where that's at, Leon. But he's been freezing. I'm actually going to use this guy because I kind of dripped a little bit of black and I don't want to overlap that black. So I'm just going to kind of use my multi-tool here and get into that screen, in and around that little black drip. There we go. So if you're close to Kansas City on the Missouri side, then he's 3 hours the other way. Like when we have to fly into Kansas City, it takes us 3 hours. And I got a little black there, so I'm hoping that'll overlap. If not, I'll come back and clean the screen off and do it again. I'm making a mess here. There we go. All right, we'll see how that looks. And then we just have one last thing left. I got a little bit of black on that between us. That's okay. I can come back. I'll clean that off and then come back and fix that. So all right, one more and then we're done. All right, here we go. I'm going to do this silver, so I'm going to grab the silver one really quick here. I'm going to clean off a multi-tool. So I'm just taking a wipe and I'm cleaning off the multi-tool so I can use the silver. Look at my finger, totally messed up with that couture or the Tide. That's terrible. So check your fingers once in a while. Just make sure you don't have a mess everywhere. All right. Looking good. Looking good, guys. Okay, I'm almost done. All right, I'm going to do the silver on the fork and the knife. And it just gives it a little bit of shimmer. There we go. A little bit of shimmer. And then we're going to finish it off with the Tide on this last little bit right here, and then we're done. Like I said, I kind of overlap that black, but what I'm going to do is clean off the screen and then lay it over that one word again, and then it'll cover up that black. That's another thing I love about these transfers is if I make a mistake, I can always go back and do a second layer. It's all good. All right. So if you guys want to get this transfer, just comment kit below and I'll make sure that I get you guys the kit for it. It'll have the pastes and the transfer. And then if you want the scroll, comment scroll and I'll get you the link for the scroll. You guys, look at how cute this is. Oh my gosh. Here we go. So cute. And then I can go back and wash off that transfer in just a minute. I'm going to move this up just a tiny bit. Here we go. What do you think? Do you love it? I love it. Ta-da! Even if I didn't fix that, I don't think anybody's really going to notice. I'll notice. But I will notice. But I don't think anybody else is going to know this. But what I'm going to do is you can see, like I said, right there, got a little bit of black on that tee. And that's okay because I'm just going to wash off the transfer. I'm going to put the transfer back over once it's dry. And then I will fix the tee. I'll put the couture coral back, or sorry, couture teal back over it. And then it'll be like it never even happened. Thanks, Linda. Hi, Lisa. Thanks, Liz. All right, you guys, that's it. I will post a picture in the page, in the groups of the finished product. And I hope you have a great day. Stay warm if you're freezing. I know I was wearing a sweatshirt in my house because I was a little cold. So, anyway, I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure if you watch this on the replay that you comment #replay. We'll talk to you again next time. This has been Tarina with Create with Tree. That's me. Bye, everybody.